What is up, guys? It's been a while. It's been a while since I've done a live, but here I am. We've been really focusing on getting in more stuff for our clients, helping them a lot more, getting in special guests for them, doing extra trainings. So basically, we haven't been in here as often. We've also been doing podcasts, which are specifically for the podcast, so they're not released anywhere else. And obviously traveling, living life, and all of that kind of good stuff. Been busy, and we just finished challenge as well, so it's been hectic. But I'm here. I'm going to tag everyone in here in the Facebook group, so the people that voted that they wanted this training can see it. Hello, who's Facebook user? Let me know who that is. Who's just commented? Hello, long time no see. I was just saying, it's been a while. Let me tag everyone in here. Claudie, I saw it. I've got Facebook open here. That's so strange. But hey, hello everyone. Let me just tag everyone in here so that sometimes I can't tag everyone in the Facebook group. I can't. Damn. Hey Jan, how's it going? Let me see if I can do it on my laptop actually, as I'm here. As you're popping in, guys, in case you don't know, I want you to put in the comments, I'm here, and your name as well, so I can see you, whoever you are. And today we're going to be talking about something that was voted on in the Facebook group. Let me see if I can. Oh, there we go. I can tag everyone. There we go. There you go. Now people have got no excuse for not knowing that it was on, because it is impromptu. We decided yesterday I was going to do it. I give the Facebook group a 4 different options, I think it was, on what they wanted this training on, and this topic won. So that's what we talk about. Hello, somebody. Guys, when you comment in here, I can't actually see your names. So you could be anybody. You could be Cam for all I know. It's Donna and Laura. Hey. So I can see it on my phone here. But generally, if you could put your name in, that would be fantastic. So then I can say hello to you in there. Okay, cool. So, hello, someone. Someone else, Claire. Takes a little while. There's a bit of a delay between my software and my phone. Hey, everybody. So let me just recap what I've said so far. So I said that I haven't been out doing a live for a long time, but I am back today. We're not doing lives. I used to do live 3 times a week, and that has significantly dropped. We've been focusing more on providing more value for our clients, getting special guests in for them. We just finished a challenge, which Claire was part of as well. So we've been a little bit preoccupied. And also, I was saying that our Spotify, our podcast, we've been working on episodes on there. And so they will only be on Spotify. They're not anywhere else. We've also got YouTube videos coming up, which will only be on YouTube and nowhere else. So you need to make sure that you're following us across the board, guys, because there's going to be exclusive content everywhere. And the email list as well. Don't forget to be on there. I've got lots of tips and stuff that I'm going to be giving out on there that I will not be sharing anywhere else. So make sure you are on every platform following us, okay? And Kate Middleton apparently is watching. Hey, Claudie. How is it going? Alrighty. So, guys, I asked in the Facebook group, because they are our queens, what they wanted a training on. And I give them like 4 options, and the winning option was creating balance and personal growth. So I've got some notes. It is very unlike me. I normally just roll it off, but I've got some notes to kind of keep me guided here. And if I can think of any stories, personal stories that I can share along the way, I absolutely will. You know this. I love a tangent. So if you've got any questions as you drop in here, obviously pop them in the chat, in the comments, and I hopefully will see them pop it up. Put your name next to it so I can see who it is, and I get back to you, obviously. Okay, so creating balance and personal growth. so wide. So I thought maybe I should have narrowed that down a little bit, but let's go for it. You know, we got time, guys. We got time. So let's have a think. So first of all, I wanted to define the two terms, okay? So balance, I come up with this definition: the harmonious equilibrium and integration of different aspects of life. So balance is about getting that balance, that even spread, I guess, across things like about family, about work, about friendships, relationships, spiritual beliefs, like whatever it is. We've got this whole wheel of life. I don't know if you guys have had a little look at that. Definitely worth downloading. But we've got this wheel of life, and it's got different areas in. It's a little bit like Trivial Pursuit. You know, you got the like little circles with the triangles in. Well, that essentially is kind of like the wheel of life, and then each section you can color in, or you can like just put a line through it, or whatever, how well you think you're doing in that area of life. So most people want to get like tens, I think is that 10 across the board. They're like, I want 10 out of 10 for everything. So we're going to talk about that in a moment. But that is a balance, okay? So it's getting the balance across the board. The next part was personal growth. And the definition we have come up with is the continuous process of expanding one's capabilities, understanding, and potential, involving intentional efforts to learn, evolve, and become the best version of themselves. So does anyone else have any definitions they want to throw out there? Anything they disagree with? Anything they agree with? Or if they think, yeah, do you know what? I want balance, or no, I freaking hate balance, or yes, I want to become the best version of myself. Does anyone actually have an idea of what the best version of themselves is? That's my first question for you guys. And if you haven't been here before, I like audience participation, and I tend not to move on until I get it. So I highly recommend you put something in the chat. Hey, Grace. Hey, Jess, Leonora, Grace, Kirsty, Sue, and Harrod, Kira, Joanne. Like, see you all. Kyra, Sam. What is up, girls? What is up? I can see you guys watching. Hello, whoever that one is. Kyra, hey. Rose, my first thought was me 10 years ago. Hey, Amy. So someone, Rose, says, my first thought was me 10 years ago. Me 10 years ago as in I want to be the best version of myself, or me 10 years ago as I want balance. So what is 10 years ago? And what do you think has changed between then and now, apart from, you know, a decade? What has happened in that period? The best version of myself would be feeling my healthiest and self-care, says Claire. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to have a little hydrate here. I wonder if you could hear that. Okay, so balance and personal growth. In the entrepreneurial space, so like in the like business owner space, I guess, personal growth and professional growth is a massive area that we want to be working on, okay? On the other hand, we also want balance. So I'm going to check through some of these comments. So Kyra says, happy and healthy me. Rose says, the best version of myself because I put myself first more and I lost my balance along the way. Balance. By giving more and more of myself to kids, family, work, etc. Yep. Jan says, being healthy and self-caring. Yeah. So Rose, I don't know if you saw my story actually leading up to this. I actually said, like, you know, most people in their 30s, they want to keep up with their friendships. A lot of women want to get their career like on track or progressing. They still want to be a good partner. They want to be a fun partner. They want to look after their, you know, their parents, their family, wherever. They want to be a good friend. They want to be a good colleague, leader, wherever. And on top of that, we've also got to do all this other stuff of looking good, feeling confident, keeping my shit together, keeping my health as well, as good as possible. So it is difficult to juggle all of these different areas, isn't it? Grace says, I think the best version of myself was last year when I had a great balance between eating and exercising while balancing my mental health. I allowed some injuries to become excuses for letting my mental health slip, which then caused the others to follow. So it's like one domino, and it goes boop, 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 the rest of them went shit. Put my health first more and taking time for self care. Molly's just finished our challenge finished today, and she's got up, got into her morning routine, and realised that it's finished. Devastating, Molly. Yes, it did finish. The challenge did finish. Anyway, so back to the entrepreneurial space. A lot of business owners want to build a business, and a lot of people will want careers, but they would also want to have a good life, to have good work-life balance, to have family, to have friends. And I think a lot of business owners start working on their own business because they think, I can just work 4 hours a day and then be done. And then I can just chill for the rest of the time. Hey, Lana. And I think that is kind of what people think when they first start running a business. It is very much not like that, I could tell you. So for me, trying to run the business or trying to start up the business like a couple of years ago, it was intense. It's still very intense, actually. It is not like you can work 4 hours and be done with it, okay? There is times that we need to be pushing as hard as possible in the business. Like, for example, when we've got the challenge, I work a lot of hours. Probably why I look so tired. But I work a lot of hours behind the scenes, not just in the challenge. But obviously, I'm still running the challenge, still running the business. I'm still meeting up with collaborators and influencers, and I'm still also fulfilling the actual work that needs to be done for our clients, as well as people in this group, for example, people that message me, and so on and so forth. Okay, so for me, balance will look different in different areas and different times of my life. When I was working like a corporate job, nine to five ish kind of thing, I could do flexi time, so I could finish at like 4 if I wanted. I could start at 10 if I wanted. I could take 2 hours off for lunch if I wanted. And so then, yes, I was pushing for the career ladder. Yes, I wanted to do really well, and I wanted to, I was writing strategies, institutional global strategies. I was doing all this stuff. I was doing my CIM. I was doing qualification after qualification. But there was a point where I flipped, and I was like, do you know what? I'm going to look after me. I'm going to see what happens if I start putting myself first. And these are the things I worried about. I worried that my career would go to shit. I was worried that people in work would be like, oh, why is she leaving early? Oh, why is she not working late? Or what's happened? Or, why is she not doing X, Y, and Z? I was worried that people would judge me outside of it as well for putting myself first. Why is she putting herself first? That's so self-centered. Ugh, what is she like? She's so up herself, putting herself first, prioritizing herself, saying no to people. And at different points of my life, I needed to make different decisions. So when I got ill with COVID, and I was pretty ill, that was one of the seasons where I said, you know what, fuck work, basically. I was still doing it and everything, but it wasn't my priority anymore. My priority was health, improving health, hoping to not get COVID again, improving it. And also in that time, working on myself. And so when it comes to health, there's lots of different areas, right? There's emotional, physical, spiritual, there's emotional. So there's lots of different areas of health. And for me, it was about putting everything into my own holistic health. So how could I get some sort of balance, and what did that balance look like in order to get to where I wanted to be? So for me, this was taking things away from other areas of my life, e.g. work. I worked less. In my corporate job, I worked more on my business, and I worked more on my own physical health. So they are the two definitions: balance and personal growth. So there's two other things I want to talk to you guys about before I start asking some questions for you to write down and for you can answer them. I'd appreciate that. But for you to ponder on, okay? So there are two mindsets. Does anybody know what the two different mindsets are? I want to see if anyone knows. Someone is my biggest fan. Wonder who that is. Two mindset, guys. Fix and growth. Oh, I love it. Whoever said that? Rose said one. Yeah. Keela. Perfecto. Loving it. Okay, yeah. So fix and growth mindset. So for those of you who don't know, yeah, someone else said growth. Lana said fixed. Perfect. Fix and growth. Yeah, growth. Perfect. So the two different types are Molly said the Queen, which is something that we talked about in the challenge. So yes, bonus points for bringing that back up. So growth is we have potential. We have potential to do whatever we set our mind to. We've got potential to develop in different areas and to become the best version of ourselves. We've got the potential to do better in different areas. We've got that. We've got that urge to challenge ourselves and to seek feedback. A lot of people who want to do better seek feedback, not because they love to for people to tell them how bad they are at anything, but instead it's actually because we want to find our weak areas because we know we've got blind spots. So a lot of people will cruise through life like, oh, I've got no blind spots. I know all of my weaknesses. But you will never know all of your weaknesses if you do not ask somebody else, because we've always got this bias. We've got this sort of self-preservation mode where we don't actually want to see our weaknesses. We're like, I'll choose my weakness. My weakness is that I put too much effort into things. You're like, fuck off. That's not a weakness. That is not a weakness. Okay. Instead, a weakness is things that are not nice to hear a lot of the time. So Lana says she used to be fixed mindset, and I think a lot of people were. And Lana, if you don't mind me asking, I'd be curious to know what the trigger was to turn from a fixed to a growth. I'm always interested to hear people's stories. So that's the growth mindset: seeking feedback, seeking challenges, got potential, looking for opportunities to grow and to develop. And you also see failure as a bit of a feedback and something to grow from. So I don't know if any of you guys have heard of the phrase fail forward. It means that you'll fail at something, but then you learn from it. So you're actually taking a step ahead. So, okay, well, I tried HIT. It didn't work. Fixed mindset would be like, oh, well, I failed. I can never get there. Then this didn't work. I'm crap. Blah, blah, blah. But a growth mindset would be like, well, that didn't work. I've tried that. Let's try something else. So you're basically looking for failures, as in say, tried that, didn't work. Versus a fixed mindset would be, I failed at that, or that didn't work, so I'm a failure, so I'm crap and I'll never get there. Basically just giving up on yourself. So fixed mindset is like, I'm like this. This is just the way I am. You might blame genetics. You might blame how you were brought up. You might blame your childhood. You might blame my parents were like this, or my family are like this, or now I'm like this. You see all of your limitations and only limitations. You don't see, well, actually, if I worked on this area, I could probably get over that limitation. Instead, you're like, this is my cap. Like, I'm peaked here. I can't get any further ahead in life than where I'm at. And you believe that you got fixed traits. So I'm X intelligent, I'm X creative, wherever it's going to be. So you kind of limit yourself and you say, okay, well, this is my potential. I'm thinking of, guys, I don't know how many of you play games, but you know, like a character, you've got like XP points or whatever, and you're like, I'm going to level up this trait. I'm going to increase my strength or my speed or my, my magic or whatever, HP. But with a fixed mindset, you'd be like, well, here I am. And that's just the way I am. I can't develop myself. I can't grow at all. And so that's just a couple of different things. Hey, Alicia. That I wanted to talk about growth mindset and fixed mindset because I think they're really important when we are looking at professional and personal development, growth, as well as creating balance. So, my questions for you guys, I want you to write these down. You can share with me if you want to. I'm happy. I'm happy to give feedback. If any of you are up for getting feedback, if any of you are growth mindset, then I'm happy to give feedback. If you fix mindset, you may as well turn this off. Nothing's going to help you. I'm joking. Stay. Lana, back to the question I asked her. She says, I think I started getting used to a healthier lifestyle. It helped me no end. Personal development that came alongside healthier lifestyle in making changes. Like you say, everything was crap. I was crap, dealt a bad card, jinxed, yeah, always negative. Now my hubby calls me woke to my old self. And I think health is a really good area to start growing in. There are lots of different areas, of course, but I think health is a really easy one because you can get a lot of balance in it as well. So here are the questions. Do you have any goals? Put a 1 in the comments if you have got goals, and put a 2 if you don't. 1 and 2. I can see there's lots of people watching, guys, so I expect that number of numbers in there. 1 if you've got goals. 2 if you haven't got any goals. Mm-hmm. 1. Claire. Someone's throwing hearts at me. I appreciate that. 1, 1. We got some ones. Got some ones in the group. All righty. So, got goals. There's Amy. 1. Jan. 1. Perfect. Okay. So, the next question to ask yourself, you can write this down and you can, think about this after this, or you can come back and listen to it. Hey, Carrie. So, first of all, your goal. Do you have one? Yes, no. Secondly, what is it? Okay, that's the really important one because it's a bit like getting into your car and be like, I'm going to drive. Give me directions. Where to? Your GPS is like, where to, bitch? Like, I don't know where you're going. So you need to know where you're going in order to see the direction in which to go. Okay. So for example, like myself, Cam, our business mentors, we meet one of our business mentors every single week and one of our business mentors every month or so, something like that. And we create goals, or I tell them the goals, and then we talk about how to get them, what the little tasks I need to fulfill, the big tasks to get to the goal. Okay. So goals, I need to know where I'm going, but I also need to know, this is really important, why. Why do you want to do it? Let's say my goal is to lose 10 pounds, lose 20 pounds, whatever. Why? And I always ask this question in calls, and people, when people want to join, I get on a call with them and they're like, oh, I want to fit into my dress. And I'm like, why? I just want it. But why? You need to have a decent reason why, because you can buy a bigger dress. Okay. You can buy a bigger dress. It's no big deal. It might not be exactly the same dress, but you can buy, we can have it taken out, possibly, right? But that dress is the least of your concern at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. or 8 p.m. when you have to go to the gym. It's raining outside. You got to go get your steps in. Your friends are all having pizza. You're trying to lose weight to get into your dress. So you want to choose, like, I don't know, chicken steak. But when it is pissing down with rain, when you're surrounded by pizza, when everyone's having a drink, it's very difficult to say no, because that dress, not front of your mind right now, is it? You don't really give a shit. Like, I do not care if I fit into that dress or not, because right now there's pizza everywhere. So we really need a solid reason why. This could be because you are ashamed of your body, which causes you to not want to sleep with your partner. or get undressed in front of your partner, which causes a lot of arguments, a lot of paranoia. What if he leaves me or she? What if they leave me? What if they're sleeping with someone else because I'm too ashamed of my own body? It causes a lot of arguments between you. A little bit of like, what are you doing? Who are you messaging? Where have you been? Which causes breakdown of the relationship. Maybe you're worried about your own health, and so your kids are growing up. You can see they're maybe getting a little bit overweight. You're giving them bad habits because you're on extreme diets, and you can see how that is damaging your children's health. Maybe that's the reason why. Maybe it's because your kids, maybe your parents are getting older now and you need to be able to look after them. Maybe kids are growing up and you're like, oh, I don't know who the fuck I am anymore. Care for kids, care for parents. Who am I? And you start to lose your own self confidence. You go out less with friends. You say, yes, I'm going to try this less often and more like, I'll give this a miss, thank you. So you start missing out on life. They are reasons that you would get out of bed and go for a walk or choose the chicken instead of the pizza. Right? They are solid, true, deep reasons why you would want to do those things. So if your goal is just to be a certain weight, you're not going to get there. It is very, very unlikely that you're going to get there in a healthy way. Okay. If you have to get to a healthy weight because you need IVF, because you need a certain surgery, life-saving surgery or a longevity surgery, that's a reason why. Not, I just want to be 10 stone because I do, right? So you need to think about the why. Next up is, does your environment support your goals? And what does this mean? You might be like, well, yeah, my house is nice. That's not what I mean. I mean, are the people that you surround yourself with supportive of your goals? And this is a very, very tricky. I'll put my notes down because this is a tricky one. We're going to get deep. Okay. So you may have friends that love going out on the weekend. They freaking love it. They have the best time every time. And you've gone out with them the last few times and you're like, I'm actually not that having that much of a good time. Like, actually, I feel like shit the next day. I spent a load of money. I don't really want to do it. It's the same thing, week in, week out. Just go, get pissed. Next day, feel like shit. But you're also a bit like, but I don't want to tell my friends I don't want to go out with them. Or you do tell your friends, I'm going to come out tonight, but I'm not going to have alcohol. I'm just going to have tonic water and stuff. And they're like, oh, you changed. It's like the worst thing. Why are we so upset by our friends saying that you've changed? Ooh. Maybe they're like, you're boring now. You used to be so much fun. I used to love hanging out with you. And now you're just boring. And they make you feel guilty. Or they say, just have one. Just one. Or you say, you're trying to lose some fat and build some muscle. And they're like, oh, you look fantastic. I wish I looked like you. Have some chocolate cake. And you're like, I don't want chocolate, but have some. And they almost guilt trip you into it. That is not the environment that you want to be surrounding yourself with. They are sabotaging your goals. They're not respecting your desires. And that makes them unhealthy. That makes them an unhealthy group of people to be around. Unhealthy for you, okay? It's a bit like them saying, well, I smoke, so you should smoke as well. It doesn't work like that. I don't actually want to do this, so please stop pressuring me into it. Some friends will totally respect you, totally be on board, and will help you out. Maybe they'll say, do you know what? I won't drink tonight as well. So we can be like buddies together. Or maybe they'll say, oh, yeah, that's cool. I'll just get you a tonic water, whatever you're going to drink. Or maybe they'll say, do you know what? Should we do something else? Should we not go out this week and we'll go for lunch, or go for coffee, or go for a walk? We'll do something like that. They are the kind of people that you want in your environment to support you to get to where you want to be. Now, let's talk about partners, shall we? I am very lucky. I will say I'm very lucky that I've got a supportive partner. And in saying this, I realized actually it's not luck. It's that I enforced my boundaries from the beginning. Okay. So it's never about luck. So If you've got a partner and Cam in the past has joined coaching, business coaching. I've joined business coaching. Obviously, we've both got a business coach at the minute. And we have both spent thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds, tens of thousands of pounds on coaching. Neither of us asked each other for our permission. He never said, Faye, I'm thinking about going this business coach. So 7 to 10 grand. Can I do it? He didn't ask. He just did it. Right. And I didn't get pissed off with him. I said, if you think that's what's going to make you happy and help you get to where you want to be, then that's cool. Fine, do it. Same with me. I didn't ask him. I did say to him, I'm thinking about doing this. These are the pros. These are the cons. I think I'm going to do it. What do you think? I asked his opinion. I was going to do it anyway, right? Like, I was just being nice. But ultimately, I made that decision and I was just telling him this is what I'm going to do. Same with our fitness coaches. We've both had health and fitness coaches to get to photo shoot, to condition. And I never needed to ask him, can I do this? In fact, I was like, I've done this. I've signed up with this coach. On the other hand, I have spoken to people who have been crying on the phone to me. Maybe they're saying that they want to get pregnant and they're, overweight, they can't do it. Or they're so miserable in themselves that they just break down crying. They can see their partner looking at other women while they're out together. They feel disgusting. They feel gross. They're so unhealthy. They're worried about, dying before their kids. I've had women cry on the phone to me and I've said, okay, well, we can help you. Do you want to work together? And they've said, oh, I need to ask my partner. Or my partner wouldn't be happy if I paid for something like this. Or my partner would make me feel really guilty for spending money on myself. That is a dangerous relationship to be in. And this is why. So say I was really upset with my body, didn't have any confidence. And I was like, hey, Cam, I'm going to join this coaching, but it's, X amount a month. And can I do it? And he was like, no, you shouldn't be spending that on yourself. You should be spending it on your kids or, the house or the holiday, wherever it's going to be. But why is it such a bad thing? Well, it's because I will go further inward. I would devalue myself even more. But, well, if someone who's supposed to love me doesn't feel like I'm worth it, then obviously I'm not. I trust this person. I'm, in a long-term relationship. I'm married, wherever, with this person, got kids with this person. And they're telling me that I shouldn't spend money on myself or I shouldn't be putting myself first. So obviously they're right. There must be something wrong with me because I thought I was worth it. What happens further on is you grow further and further apart. Your confidence decreases. You see them working on whatever their goals is. Maybe they've started business, you've supported them. Their business is going well. Your life is going to shit because now you're pissed off with everything. And it causes resentment in the relationship. So now your partner's gone, no, Faye, no, Tina, no, Nicola, no, Paula. You stay fat. You stay unhappy. You keep eating that KFC with grease running down you. You stay there because you don't deserve to put money into yourself, to put time into yourself. You should feel guilty about that. You're going to resent that person. You're going to become more and more and more unhappy with yourself and the relationship. You're going to break up, right? That's essentially what's going to happen. Or you're just going to spend the rest of your life unhappy and miserable and unhealthy. So that is not the environment you want to be in, right? You want to be in an environment where that person is like, absolutely go for it. Don't even need to ask my permission. You do it because I know it's going to make you happy. Okay, I know it's what you want long term. And if you're happy, then that's going to make the relationship better. And that's what I want. I want us to have the best relationship in the world. That's the kind of person you want to be with, guys. Okay? So that is the environment. So you want to be seeking support and community. Okay, whether that is from your partner, whether that's from your friends, whether that's from your work colleagues, whether that is from like our group, our Facebook group, that's a community that you can get support in. So we really need to start thinking about how to create the environment that we want. And probably a lot of you thinking, oh yeah, my partner wouldn't let me. Anyone got a red flag around here? Okay, so the next thing is you embracing change and resilience. So I want you to think about what barriers that you might have in your own self getting to where you want to be. So we've spoken about the environment, your friendship, your partners, colleagues, wherever it's going to be. We've spoken about your goals and your desires and the reasons. So now we're going to be talking about change and resilience. So what barriers might you have to not get to where you want to be? Maybe you are scared. Maybe you're like, oh, but what if I fail? That's a big one now. What if I spend all this money or time or energy or whatever, and I never actually get there? What if I do that? Or maybe it's like being out of your comfort zone, like, oh, I don't wanna try this. I know, I don't wanna try that. I'd rather stay and be uncomfortable where I am than try something new that might be slightly uncomfortable for the first time, but then get me to where I want to be. So again, this is going to come back down to your fixed and your growth mindset. Do you believe that you can succeed? If not, we need to think about our limiting beliefs, which we'll come to in a sec. But if we think that we can, do we trust the person, the course, like whatever you're going to do, like if it's a CPD course, like do we trust that that course is going to benefit us in some sort of way? And can we bear the discomfort in order to achieve what we want to achieve? Claire, your group is great, as it's nice to chat with people on with the same interests and the same journey, so you can share recipes and things that work in fitness, the same interests. Yeah, exactly, having that support of similar interests. So what is fear? Fear is being afraid of what could happen. And as humans, we are conditioned, programmed. We're programmed to look for potential problems, to look for threats. But in all honesty, there are very, very few threats or risks that we should be fearful of. Okay. So we need to really think about, okay, what is the actual belief that I've got around this? What is the potential fear? Fear that I'm going to do something new. Can we reframe that as excitement? Nervousness? Like, they don't have to be, just because you're scared doesn't mean that it's a negative. If you've been on a roller coaster, it is scary sometimes, but that doesn't mean we don't do it. Okay, most people anyway. So resilience. What is resilience? For me, resilience is being knocked down, pick back up, and next time that same amount of pressure doesn't knock you down, but a little bit more knocks you down, and you get back up. The two knocks, you're still standing. Third knock knocks you down. You get back up. 4 knocks you down. And so the more that we practice getting back up, the stronger our resilience will get, and therefore we will get to where we want to be. Eventually, we need practice, we need patience, and we need persistence to get there, but you will get there, okay? If you've got the growth mindset, if you've got a fixed mindset, the first time you fall over, that is it. I give up. This doesn't work for me. I'm broken. And then you're coming back around to there, your environment, what or who is saying what to you to either reinforce those beliefs of I'm not good enough, I'll never get there, or actually just pick yourself back up. You've got this. Absolutely. You guys are probably seeing, like, definitely in our client group, if someone's had like a shitty week, we're like, move on. Today's a new day. Just get back up. Just keep going. I've never seen anyone in my group say to them, oh, no, you're shit. Oh, no, you fuck that. Just stay down. Stay down. I've never seen any of my clients say that to anybody. And that is a lot of respect to my clients, because that's the kind of people they are. They're all growth mindset. They're all very supportive. But yeah, a lot of people won't have that. A lot of people will be like, oh, well, you tried. Well, sometimes trying is not good enough, guys. Sometimes you could be persistent in trying. So embracing change, I want to speak about a little bit right at the end, but I've got one more thing. So identify limiting beliefs, which we've already kind of covered here. So a limiting belief could be I'm not good enough, I'll never get there. Um, I've heard this, I've heard X doesn't work, Y doesn't work. Um, it's not worth it. I feel guilty. I'm not worth it. Those kinds of things. Like I feel guilty about going to the gym, or um, put myself first isn't honorable. Hmm. I know a lot of you moms, especially, but women generally feel a little bit like that. Like, oh, it's so uncouth to put yourself first. I don't care. I know what you're saying, Faye, but I'm a mum and my kid comes first. I'm going to say it. That is the worst thing as a mum you can possibly say. You're not a mum, Faye, you don't understand. No, but I do know that if my mum was struggling with her health, I would want her to put herself first before me, because I can look after myself. Your kids will have other areas of support, but if you go down, the whole ship goes down as well. So you need to put yourself first. Um, so identify those limiting beliefs and ask, are they true? So um, if I put myself first, I'm selfish. Let's use that as a limiting belief because that's what a lot of people think. So if I put myself first, I'm selfish. Is that true? You might be like, well, yeah. Okay. Well, if it's true for everybody. Okay. So that means that if your partner put himself first or herself first, if they were ill, or just because their confidence was so low, they needed to get out of a rut. They needed to improve their mental health. They wanted to improve how they look and they feel. They were worried about their longevity. So they wanted to improve things now so that they could do that later. If they started to put themselves first, would you call them selfish, or would you be like, oh my god, no, I didn't realize you felt like that? Of course, I'll pick up this extra, like, you know, I'll look after the kid for 3 nights a week and you can go to the gym, or you can do this, or yeah, I'll cook for you, we'll do this together, I'll support you. Which one of those would you be? Okay. It's okay to be selfish in that sense, though. You only have one you. Exactly, Tammy. Exactly. So that's why they say when you're on a flight, put your own oxygen mask on first. Because if you pass out trying to put your kids on, or your friends, or whoever else, you're going to be outdoors. And if that hadn't gone on properly, then they're outdoors as well, right? So I don't feel like being selfish is the negative thing. I don't feel like putting yourself first and self prioritization is a negative thing. I think we're all very worried about what other people might think if we say that. But ultimately, I would rather be happy with myself than miserable, but other people happy with me. Okay, I would rather live a life that's true and authentic to myself than anybody else. Because ultimately, I'm the one that has to live with me, no one else. You can't pour from an empty cup. I'm loving it, Claire. Exactly, exactly. And lots of these people in here have got kids. Claire's got kids. Tam's got kids. Um, who else in here has got kids? I can see Jan. Yeah, there's lots of people in here. Jenna, Rose, lots of people. Lana, I think maybe, I don't know if Lana's got kids. But lots of you guys have got kids, or partners, or families, or a job, or anything else. You have to put yourself first. Let's talk about putting your job first. But I gotta earn money. Well, you can't earn money if you're dead, okay? Let's be honest. You can't earn money if you're dead. You also can't earn money, or you would be at risk at your job if you weren't productive at work, if you're falling asleep, if you're bringing the team down because you're moody all the time, you're miserable, you're depressed, you're not coming up with ideas, you're not bringing energy to your team, you're not leading very well, you're not leading by example. Why would they keep you on when they've got someone else who is itching for your job, really enthusiastic, bright eyed, full of ideas, really confident, pitching, 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 pitching. We could try this. We could do that. Let's try this. Lead in, gathering the team up, pushing forward with ideas. Why would they keep you on? Okay. I often say this. We've got a lot of nurses who are clients, clients that are nurses, I should say, who work in the NHS. And a lot of them will say, oh, I've got all these like long shifts, and then on my days off, I pick up extra shifts, or I do this, I do that. I'm like, what about sleep? Oh, no, that doesn't matter. I'm not being funny, but if I've got a nurse looking after me, I want them to be fully rested. I want them to be like mentally stable. Okay, not an emotional mess. Because if they are prescribing, or if they're like giving me medication, or they're, doing whatever, I want them to make sure they're doing a bloody good job. I'm not going to risk, I don't want them to risk my health because they're too tired, right? I know it kind of comes back down to culture, but also you need your own boundaries, which is something we can talk about another time. But I know I've already mentioned it once or twice already, but boundaries are absolutely key in prioritizing yourself and getting to where you want to be. So we've spoken about the definitions of balance and personal growth and fixed mindsets. We've spoken about goals, your desire and reason, embracing change and getting resilient, identifying limiting beliefs, and your environment. Tammy says, Mom guilt is hard, but how can I be there for them if I'm out? Exactly that. So I think, was there anything else? There's probably something else I wanted to talk about, but I think that's probably going to be it for now. So that is how you're going to, oh yes, there was one more thing. So at the beginning, I spoke to you guys about the wheel of life, the Trivial Pursuit kind of circle. And the problem with creating balance, here it is, okay? Balance is unsustainable. Everyone's like, no, it's not. Yeah, it is. If you want personal growth means change and development. Maybe it means change in your friendship groups. Maybe you're in a different season to them. Maybe change means a new job. Maybe change means, I don't know, improving your health, wherever it's going to be. Maybe you're personally developing yourself to do a course or to get a promotion. Okay. All of those things, you're going to need to not have balance temporarily. And what I want you to think about is if you've got this wheel of life, sometimes if you are going for a promotion or you've got an interview or you've got job applications or you've got a deadline coming up, your relationships are going to have to come down. If you want to put 100% into this or 90% into your job at that time, your relationships are going to have to come down. Your health goals are going to have to be decreased. Your outings with friends are going to have to decrease. And that's fine, right? I'm here to tell you it's absolutely fine. But then other times you've got the job, or maybe you didn't get the job, wherever. But now you're like, I'm going to have some family time. I'm going on holiday. If you go on holiday with your family to relax, you need the family part to fill up, and your friends, whoever you're out with, to fill up, and you need your work section to come down. You don't want to be thinking about work. Don't be doing work while you're on holiday or on vacation, wherever you're doing with other people. So for me, I think balance is almost a bit of a fake desire. I think it's impossible to have a balanced and ambitious life. I don't think you can, if you've got 100% energy, you can't put 100% into everything. You've only got 100%. So you put 50% into one, 3% into the other, 20% into the other, 17% into the other, wherever it's going to add up to. And that's how you navigate life. And sometimes things are going to go up and sometimes things are going to come down. But you cannot have a balanced life across the board if you want to be successful in any specific areas. Okay. And like I say, growth means change. So you need to be absolutely okay with changing your environment, changing goals, maybe, changing your beliefs, changing your attitude to things if you want to succeed. If you want personal growth means change. And so you need to change your life to get to where you want to be. Everything where you are now at the minute, how you are, your friendships, how people treat you, your work, how your family treat you, all of these things, how you look, your health, is a manifestation of every single choice that you've made to this point. So if you continue to make the same choices you're always making, you will not develop. You'll get worse. Unless you've been making good choices, in which case you'll carry on improving. But otherwise, if you're unhappy with the way people treat you, maybe people walk all over you, maybe you're a bit of a people pleaser, maybe you're overweight and you've got health conditions, maybe you've got mental health problems, maybe you've got anxiety, depression, that's going to carry on getting worse and worse and worse unless you make a change. Okay, you have to change. You can't just stay the same. I know people, I'm sorry to say it. I know you guys probably want to be like, no, I just want to stay as I am, but I want a different outcome. Doesn't happen like that. Okay, so be okay with change. If you don't want to change your life, as in like you don't want to make changes, you don't want to eat different, you don't want to go to the gym, you don't want to go for walks, you don't want to get that job, you don't want to upset your friends, like that's fine, but don't set the goal. That isn't, those things are needed in order to reach. Okay, you need to be like, okay, well, if I'm not willing to not go out every weekend, not willing to not have a takeaway, I'm not willing to invest in coaching, for example, I'm not willing to say no to extra work so that I can get that promotion. I just want life to stay as it is. That's fine. But don't have a goal that's going to contradict that, because you'll still aim for that goal and you feel like a failure because you won't change anything. So you need to be realistic with this, guys. I'm sorry I can't give you any better news. I can't like abracadabra this to where you want to be. But you've got to be serious about this. You've got to really think about your goals. What is stopping you from getting there? And mapping out a plan in order to reach wherever you want to go. So I hope that's helpful, guys. Does anyone have any questions on this? Creating balance and personal growth. Hey, Shelby. Shelby just popped up. Any questions, ladies or gents, if you're watching on my Facebook page? It's supposed to be half hour, but 51 minutes in, we're still going. Don't think so. I don't think we've got any questions. I must be very thorough. Very thorough. Okay, so I will leave it there. If you've got any questions, of course, if you're watching this on the replay, first of all, put in the hashtag replay. I want to know. And if you've got any questions, pop them in. If you're on YouTube or on any of my Facebooks rewatching this, just ask a question if you want. I'll get back to you. Or you can drop me a message. But I would also love to hear your guys' takeaways. Like, what is the biggest aha moment that you've had? Or what's resonated with you? I'd really appreciate hearing that feedback. So then I can create more content that's going to help you specifically with those problems, okay? So I'm looking for feedback. I'm a growth mindset kind of gal. So looking for feedback. No problems, whoever said thank you. Have a fantastic rest of your evening. And we will speak to you guys soon. Bye-bye.